Namaste. Welcome to day 2 of Hanuman Master Breath, relief from fibromyalgia, sciatica, varicose veins, and other aches and pains. So, the point I was trying to make was, according to Ayurveda, three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. है ना? Now, relate this with what we discussed yesterday. The discussion yesterday was about the fluids in the system and the blockages. यदि blockages होंगे system में, they will obviously impact the working of the system.
Hello?
आवाज आ रही है? आवाज clear है?
No, I'm talking to my daughter. Why is she not there today?
Okay, yeah, correct.
Okay, come. Okay, come. It has started. Come. Okay, bye.
Yeah, so the three doshas, Vata, Pitta. Are you familiar with this, Aruna ji, Sharmila ji? Vasanti ji, I think is familiar.
Yeah.
Sharmila ji, Aruna ji? Vata,
Yes.
Pitta, Kapha?
Yeah, we are familiar.
I've heard the names, but I'm not in-depth details. I don't know much, but I've heard the names.
I'll explain. Aditi ji, namaste. I can say I'm familiar with you through your mother
Same
because
here.
yeah, because कई बार आपके विषय में बात हुई and so on. So in that sense, I feel connected with you because of Vasanti ji. Right.
Yeah.
So yesterday's recording was shared with Vasanti ji. Hopefully she has also been able to share them with you.
Yeah, I've seen
So-
the video, so I'm there. Yeah.
And the concept is clear to you. जो
Yeah.
कल बात की. Okay. Belly breathing
जी.
कर ली आपने? Did you start with belly breathing?
Ji.
I'll come back to this later. Just give me a moment. Sharmila ji said she's familiar with the terms, but maybe not too much. So Sharmila ji, in Ayurveda, body में three doshas. Doshas means imbalances basically. According to Ayurveda, if there is an imbalance in Vata, which means air or wind, Pitta, which means acid or heat, and Kapha, which means phlegm or mucus. If there is an imbalance in this, illnesses will happen in the body, or they will give rise to disease, illness, or even mental issues and so on. Just an imbalance in these three elements basically. So what is Vata? Vata comprises space and air. Are you familiar with the Panch Tattvas? Ether or space, air,
Means air, wind,
fire, water,
soil, fire,
and earth.
water.
These are the 5 elements. By the way, I'll explain this to you in a little more detail, and it's beautifully arranged in our system as well. According to Ayurveda, if there is an imbalance in this, so if there is a Vata problem, that means an imbalance in the space and wind aspect or tattva. If it is a fire or pitta problem, it is an imbalance in the air and fire. These two combined, that creates the pitta problem. And the kapha is a problem where there is an imbalance of earth and water.
Water.
Earth and water. So
Yeah.
kapha comprises these two elements. Pitta comprises fire and air. Vata comprises air and space. I hope I'm not wrong, because कई बार कुछ पहले सुना हुआ है कई दिन पहले, तो in case I slip up somewhere, please pardon me. These pancha tattvas is what make up this physical body and everything that is around us. These 5 elements. Now, the beauty of these elements in our own body is, look at the system. The ether or the space chakra is the Vishuddhi. This is the voice. This is where the voice comes from. This is where our hearing is also connected, more or less, the ears, we hear. So this is the chakra that controls space, and the organs connected with space, which means voice or sound, are located here. Air, this is the area, the anahat. This is where the lungs are. This is where the heart is. What do the lungs do? They take air, right? And elements of this air are used in the body, mixed in the blood through the heart, and then circulated in the body. Then you come to the fire or the Agni. This is where your digestive organs are. For food to be digested, we need fire. This is, for example, chemicals or acids that break down the food. So what are the organs located here? These are, for example, the pancreas, the liver, etc. They are gallbladder. These are organs connected with the digestion of food, breakdown of food. Then you come lower, that is the Swadhisthana, water, our urinary bladder, and in the case of women, the water bag. When a baby is in the mother's belly, the water bag located in that region largely. And then the lowest, Prithvi, the earth element. This is where your excretory organs, like our poop, passes through there. So look at the beauty of this. It's not as if it's khali banane ke liye bana diya. The organs, the system works according to this. Now, what is the cause for the imbalance in the different doshas? Can be many things. Different kind of food, environment, one's own character or nature, I should say, not character, character of the body and nature and so on and so forth. So, number of things combined. The kind of food that we eat, sometimes the combination of foods that we eat, our lifestyle choices, all of these affect our doshas. If there is any dosha imbalance, it will create conditions for some illness to start developing in the body. It doesn't come overnight, it takes time. Ayurveda does not seek to suppress or cure symptoms. Ayurveda aims to go deeper and deal with this imbalance. Therefore, Ayurveda takes time. Therefore, usually people do not have patience with Ayurveda. We want quick results, at least symptoms to be driven away as soon as possible. So this is what happens. Anyway, so Vasanti ji's problem is kapha. That is my problem also. My dosha is a kapha dosha. 40 years of cigarette, 20 years of 40 cigarettes, naturally, kuch to hona tha. Other things may have also contributed to it. So similarly, if you're aware of your own dosha, you can modulate your own lifestyle so that you are able to deal with this a little better. So that is the reason why, Vasanti ji, you need to do a little more of balancing. First, of course, with Shvasko Shuddhi Kriya to throw out the kapha, and then to create conditions so that the kapha does not increase too much.
Okay.
See, remember nowadays, kapha means it will affect your lungs in particular. And आजकल आप देखिए, whenever there is any illness, कोई को hospital जाना पड़ता, ultimately they have to use the ventilator. Most times, if people are forced to go on the ventilator, we think things are not so good. We think it could be difficult to come back out of it. That is my experience, at least. I don't know if your experience is different. So now, doing things to create the balance in the body are something that will help you immensely if you are aware of your dosha or the dosha imbalance. Anyway, let's come back to our main purpose, our main thing, which is belly breathing and then Hanuman master breath. We did the belly breathing yesterday, remember, so that the system start functioning or working a little better than before. Are you all doing the belly breathing as explained yesterday?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Very good.
Yes.
Who said yes? After Vasanti ji, who?
Arun.
Aruna ji. Very good. You are doing belly breathing. Excellent. Very good. Aditi ji, you also said yes. Sharmila ji, I don't think I've got your confirmation yet.
Sir, consciously, like you said, whenever I try to remember about it, like when I'm remembering about it, I try to watch whether it is happening. But when I'm not thinking about it, I'm not sure whether I'm doing it that way as well.
That is okay. If you are
Ah.
not sure, but if your attention goes and if you
Yeah.
try to let it happen, that is a start.
Yeah.
Allow that process. Let it become your default breath as far as possible. Aditi ji, are you having any trouble with belly breathing?
Mm, No, no trouble as such, but I only wanted to ask if one should, uh, the natural breathing, I don't know what is the natural breathing. Do I breathe with my chest or do I breathe with my belly? So I
Okay,
just was trying to remind myself, no, it has to be the belly, it has to be the belly. I don't know what happens by
you are right.
default.
This is the point that we were trying to address in our conversation yesterday. So yesterday we mentioned how there are many different systems in the body. The heart, or the heart beat, or the beating of the heart, that ensures that the blood circulatory system works well, which is important. But it cannot take the load of for example, the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system has a lot of fluid, by the way. Do you know how much liquids are there in the lymphatic system? Can you guess the amount of liquid?
It mentioned
No.
something, but I don't remember it.
It's somewhere in the
Please
vicinity of
correct me.
10. It is somewhere in the vicinity of 10 liters.
Okay.
That's a huge amount of liquid. That's the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the system that keeps your body cleansed. Whatever needs to be moved out of the body is moved out via the lymphatic system. So in that sense, your lymphatic system is in the forefront of your immunity. For your body's immunity to function well, the lymphatic system has to function well. So it is the front line in the body's defense, or in the body's fight against illness, etc., etc. Your lymphatic system is in the forefront. But the lymphatic system does not have a special heart for itself, like the blood circulatory system has. The lymphatic system, it helps. I don't say that the beating of the heart does not help the lymphatic system. It does. But the real help comes from your respiratory system, when your belly moves up and down. When your belly moves up and down, that means your diaphragm is in a state where it is able to, expand, contract, or expand and retract, and so on. The diaphragm is the strongest muscle in your body, or probably the biggest muscle in the body. This is the massage system of your inner system, of the organs, to ensure this is the real pumping system for the rest of the uh, different systems in the body. Learning to keep your belly as relaxed as possible. Very important. Very often, people are so self-conscious about their bellies. They don't want anything appearing to be like a belly to be seen or to show from under their clothes. Anything, if there is an impression that there is a belly, they will pull it in, they will disguise it, they will wear tight clothes over it, or whatever, somehow to or suppress it, or you know take it away from view. In the process, what they do is they strangle their systems. Yesterday, you remember, we did a little exercise.
Yeah.
Just put our hands here, and just a little pressure, we noticed how difficult it made our breathing, or how substantially it changed the quality of the breath. Just a little pressure. And we use something more than that in the belly. After all, it is our body. After all, it's the systems inside the body. And the systems inside the body are working for our welfare. If these systems are not allowed to work well, something in the body will start performing below optimum level or less than necessary. So allow belly breathing to happen. Let's go back to belly breathing. Shall we lie down on our backs and do that once again?
Yeah.
Today we will step a little deeper and do something more. So on our backs, I will also do it just for a minute to remind you. So the knees are pointing to the ceiling. Heels, heels are brought up near the buttocks. Rest of the body is supine, relaxed, and at ease. No need to do anything. Just observe. Automatically, the belly starts moving up and down. Please allow this to happen. Aruna ji, chaliye start kariye. Lie down on your back. Lie down on your back. Let belly breathing happen. Observe how well it is happening. Let your mind become familiar with whatever is going on in the body and why it is going on. Let your mind, let your body make a memory or remember what is happening so that you can continue with it even when you sit down, stand up, walk, and so on. Aditi ji, if you like, you can put one hand on your belly.
Yeah, I have one hand.
Yeah, on the belly. Yeah, yeah, on the belly, a little lower. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Does it look? Does it feel like it's moving up and down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, excellent, excellent, very good. Very. Vasanti ji, I can't see you, but I hope it is happening with you as well.
This camera is very small.
Yeah,
This,
yeah, it
if I
doesn't
lie
matter.
down,
Yeah.
it won't catch. Yeah.
Okay,
I have
doesn't
to buy
matter.
a different camera for this.
Okay. No, no point. We just have, it's a short course, so we have only 5 more days, so no point spending money unnecessarily. Right.
It's not that much.
Allow, allow the body to be relaxed. Aruna ji, आपका हो रहा है? Belly moving up and down? I can't see too much movement.
It's happening.
It's happening. Okay. Sharmila ji, it's happening.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. If you remember yesterday, we discussed how there is a very deep connection between the mind and the belly. याद है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You have also noticed, assuredly, you've also noticed how your emotions, when you are stressed, angry, upset, you feel something in your belly. It can cause, for example, it can cause constipation. It can cause acidity, for example. It can cause, different kinds of conditions, sometimes leading even to a condition called piles, which is kind of bleeding in the anal from the anus. And it can be uncomfortable, of course, but it can also be a little bit of a serious problem if not reversed or looked after in time. If some attention is not paid in time, then it can get worse. Now, belly breathing is happening. Now you do something very special. Bring your attention to your belly button or a little below the belly button, about 2 finger widths below the belly button. That is the spot, or that is the area that is known to be the Manipura or the solar plexus, but 2 finger widths below the belly button. Bring your attention to that. And think of your belly button as a window that you can open. So bring your attention there and allow a little more relaxation, as if you're opening a window, as if you're widening that. Allow a little more relaxation to happen, more specifically in the belly button region or in the Manipura area. And continue to breathe. Let your breath go as deep as it wants to go. No need to force anything, just let it travel deeper. But allow that little extra opening in the belly button area. I have a very interesting program which I call the Lotus Opening Program, but it's included in some of the other programs. But it's a slow process and it's a little it's a little subtle. So I will not go deep into that. But by doing what you are doing here just now, allowing that little window to open in the belly button area, we are touching upon that program a little. So allow this little subtle opening in the belly button area, in the Manipura area. If you notice any change in the movement of energy, how deep your breath goes, do let me know. Om. Om. If anyone notices any change in the movement of energy, maybe you will feel it, because see, this is the first time you're really doing anything with your breath and your energy. So it may be hard to catch. But if it comes in your attention, do share. If you feel there is a difference in the way your energy is moving. So when I say difference in the way your energy is moving, you might feel a little sensations, something in some parts of the body. If that happens, do let me know. It's a good sign, no problem.
Vibrations, repeat.
You feel vibrations where?
Mostly from belly to my legs, both legs.
Belly to both the legs. Okay, fine, fine.
I could feel a tingling sensation in my fingers.
In your fingers. Okay, interesting. Interesting, because see, when you are doing this, there are subtle energy channels. We call them nadis in Hindi or in Sanskrit. And how these nadis respond to the energy can vary from person to person. So just be aware. At this moment, the important thing is not where you are feeling a certain change, but the important thing is that you're beginning to become aware of the changes that are sensed in your body. Aruna ji, Sharmila ji, any
Besides
change?
the fingers of my
Yes, go on, Aditi ji.
I feel some changes or flow of energy in lower abdominal part
Okay,
and leg veins in leg behind legs.
okay, very good. And you have
Then
varicose veins, right?
yeah, yes.
Okay, very good. Excellent.
I was saying, besides the fingers of
Yeah.
my hands, there's something happening in my feet also. So mostly around the ankle and
Okay.
there, both
Okay.
legs.
So again, a good sign that maybe the energy is moving a little better than it was before. Maybe. I can't say it for sure, but maybe. Good thing, no problem. Allow this little expansion, this little opening in the belly button to continue happening. Bring your focus to the belly button area. Allow a little more expansion there. Vasanti ji, a little more expansion over there, a little more relaxation over there. See, the lower chakras, more specifically, starting with the solar plexus, the Swadhisthana, and the Manipura. These are the chakras that are more connected with our karma or karmic debt or karmic energy. What is karmic debt, karmic energy, etc.? These are, see, emotions are basically energy. Energy and memory. That is what emotions are. If you remember some of your oldest incidents in life or the oldest memories in your life, you will notice that there is a strong emotion connected with that. See, try to remember the oldest recall or memories that you can bring back. You will see that there is some dominant emotion connected with that. When there is no emotion connected with what we have done, etc., our memory of it fades away very quickly. But when there is a strong emotion attached with the incidents or experiences in life, they tend to remain longer and longer in our system. That is a sign of karmic connections also. Does anyone want to share the oldest memories and emotions there? Om. 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 Okay. Now, some of us are maybe becoming a little drowsy. So let's sit for a little while. Come, let us all sit down for a little while. Are we becoming a little drowsy? Hmm? Yes or no? Hmm? Vasanti ji, थोड़ा drowsiness, a little sleepiness.
Not drowsy.
Okay, okay. Aditi ji,
No, not drowsy at all.
not really. No.
But then, I mean, I told you that I could feel something in my fingers, and then
Feeling.
somehow it started with my ankles. But then slowly, by the time we kind of moved into some other action,
Okay.
it was till the diaphragm. Then almost
Okay.
I could
Okay.
feel the
So that
things
energy is
moving
moving.
there. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So that means when we go deeper, you will be able to catch a little more, right? Oh, Aruna ji to has not even responded. वो सो गई है लगता है. Aruna ji, are you asleep or what?
नहीं,
No,
I'm not sleeping.
no, you're not sleeping. Anyway, come and sit down for a little while. Now continue with that belly breathing and allow that little expansion in the solar plexus in the Manipura. Allow that little opening of the window. Continue to work with your breath. Observe how deep your breath is going now. Become aware of your breath. Try to notice how deep the breath is going. Om. 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 Yes, feedback. Anybody notice how deep the breath is going?
The breath is going more deeper and slowly.
That is Arunaji, is that right? Arunaji bol rahe the?
Breathing process.
I didn't catch the whole thing, but you said it's going a little deeper, but I didn't catch the
Yes,
rest of it
yes.
very well. Can you repeat that, please?
More deeper and more slowly.
It's going a
More
little
deeper and
slower.
more
Acha,
slowly.
it's going a little deeper and slower. Okay, fine. Deeper means can you point where?
Yeah, more
Till
deeper.
here. So that means till about the belly button area, more or less. Okay, no problem. Very good.
Belly, belly.
Till the belly. Okay, okay. So that means more or less till the Manipura area. Okay, excellent. Anyone else? Aditi ji?
I'm not sure how deep it is going, but I can feel it till about the not really loudly, but then I did get two burps or so. I don't
Okay,
know if it happens because of that or if it happens because of some other side, but I typically don't burp
okay,
or don't burp often.
okay. No harm. Burp means your body is releasing some of the wind that may be trapped somewhere. So no problem. Let it happen. But you are not aware of the breath, how deep it's going. Doesn't matter. Let it come into your awareness whenever it does. Sharmila ji, Basanti ji,
It's around belly, up to belly.
till the belly. Belly means belly button, more or less.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Till about the belly button.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Navel, more or less. Same. Sharmila ji, about
Yes,
the
sir.
same. Okay. So three of you seem to be feeling the breath until the belly button area. And Aditi ji, maybe this is the first time she's brought her attention here. So she's not very clear. Doesn't matter.
Why there is a
Continue.
tingling all over my body.
That's good. Very good. Become aware of the movements of the energy in your
Okay.
body. This will help you to connect a little deeper with your breath.
Okay.
See, sometimes, the example I like to give sometimes for the breath is think of your breath like a lion and Ma Durga energy coming on the lion, working her way through the system, slaying the demons. What are these demons in the body? These demons are
Blockages.
negativities or any kinds of, stuck energy or stuck ideas. So she slays these demons little by little by little. So become aware of the movement of energy in your body. See, in yoga, we speak of Panchakosha, Annamay Kosh, Pranamay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vijnanamay Kosh, and the Anandamay Kosh. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Vasanti ji, Aditi ji is nodding.
Yeah.
Sharmila ji,
Pranamaya
not too
and
familiar.
Annamaya.
Sorry, Aruna ji.
I just know the name.
Okay. Sorry, Aruna ji, you
Just
were
know
saying something?
just know the names Pranamaya Kosh, Annamaya Kosh.
Okay, okay, okay. So let me try and give you a little more insight into these so-called koshas or sheath. It's when we translate the kosha into English, we use the word sheath, which is not really proper, but just to give an indication of what it is. See, just just as we have a physical body, and we can feel it, see it, touch it, etc. This physical body is worked because there is a flow of energy in the body. If energy is not flowing through the body, or if it is not available throughout the body will not function the way it is functioning. There are 50 trillion cells estimated in the body. The cells are continuously communicating with each other and the brain. Constant communication, exchange of information is going on. To get and relay information or pass information needs energy. Without energy, you can't do it. 50 trillion cells. Some people who do their work, research, etc., estimate that every cell has a electrical charge of 0.07 volts. So there is a lot of energy in the body. If this energy is there in the body, there is a system which allows the movement of energy, just as in your house. You've got different lights, fans, switch points, geysers, air conditioners, points where you charge your phones and attach your computers, and they're all working. That's because there is an inner system of wires that carries electrical energy through the house, right? Similarly, there is a system, the pranamaya kosh, for the movement of energy throughout this body. Then the manomaya kosh, man, mind. What is mind? If you think of the concept of mind, what is the mind? Where is the mind? Hmm? Some people say it's in the brain. Yes, some people think it's in the brain. Well, it could be part of it, but that's not the whole thing. If it is the brain, then why mind? Why isn't brain sufficient then? So mind is different from the brain. Mind is, see, the brain is the proper organ. The brain is like a proper organ, like you have a heart. There is a brain. But the mind is something more nebulous. It's not really an organ. Yet it has a presence. Even science does not deny the presence of mind. If you do an online search and look for scientific understanding of the mind, there will be opinions, there will be views, there'll be different and varying views. But science does not say that there is no mind, or that the mind is the same as the brain. No. Science accepts that there is a mind. In the Eastern understanding of the systems, the mind is not located anywhere particular. Because see, if there is a little scratch, or if there is a little itch, or if your toenail gets hurt, your mind knows it, your brain knows it. Okay, fine. Let's say your brain knows it. But you feel some pain, you feel discomfort, it affects your mind, it affects your choices. You may do something or not do something because you have experienced a certain sensation. So the location of the mind is questioned. No one can say for sure. But in yoga or yoga, it is assumed that the mind is a system that is there like a sheath in and out of the body. So you will notice sometimes, for example, you're just sitting somewhere. Let's say you're playing on your mobile phone. Somebody standing a little distance away from you is staring at you. Have you noticed suddenly you feel something and you turn to look? Have you
Yes.
noticed?
Yes.
You are sitting and doing something. Someone is standing there and just standing and staring at you. You will suddenly feel something and you will turn and look. Why? How? Something inside you is catching something. So these are all parts we think of the mind, catching of this. Emotions. Mind and emotions are very closely interrelated. Where are the emotions? Where are the emotions? The
Mind.
emotions are, they are contiguous, or they are similar to what is called the endocrine system, the chakras. The emotions are connected with the different chakras. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and then Agya and Sahasrara. There are different emotions connected with these different chakras, and there are certain hormones that are released by these different chakras. When a certain emotion is predominant or active, it causes a certain flow of certain release of hormones. So therefore, your body or your mind or your system responds to it. Very interesting system. So the Manomay Kosh comprises this emotions, etc. Remember, most of the time we are driven by what our mind seems to suggest. So think of your mind as a software system. It is like a software that runs the body. But the software is useless without the energy or without the electrical charge. See, in a computer also, if your computer may have the best hardware, it may have the best software, but if it doesn't have energy, it can't do much. It can do nothing. Yes or no?
Yes.
So your pranamaya kosh therefore assumes a certain importance, but like in the computer, we don't think about the energy source when we are using the computer. Similarly, when we are using the system, we are not concerned about the energy source, the pranamaya kosha. So how to now, assuming the mains, supposing there is a leakage in your wires, etc., in your electrical system at home, then the system that is bringing the power to your computer will not work very well. Suddenly your computer may stop working, suddenly that power may turn off, all that drama may happen. But we don't pay attention to the electricals of the system because our attention is somewhere else, like in the body, like in the computer. Therefore, if you do things to improve your pranamaya kosh, the energy system in your body, it will impact all the other systems, the pranamaya, the manomaya kosh, the annamaya kosh, the physical body, and the vijnanamaya kosh. Now, what is the vijnanamaya kosh? What is the vijnanamaya kosh? Vijnanamaya kosh is that part of your being which knows, which understands deeper things, not because somebody has said it to you, not because someone has read it to you, not because you've heard it somewhere, but because it is just aware. It is there, it is aware. Now look back again in India, look back to a few thousand years ago. When have you heard of a thing called Panchang? What is a Panchang?
The book of
Panchang,
reference.
calendar.
Calendar.
Panchang is more than a calendar,
Yeah.
right?
Book
It is
of reference for all.
It is Pancha Anga. 5 things are
okay,
actually much more than 5, but the
okay,
things are mentioned therein.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but what does the Panchang do? See,
It,
Panchang knows or predicts the planetary system
okay, yeah.
for hundreds and thousands of years. The Panchang, once it was written, they created a system which could predict the movement of stars, etc., planets, etc., for thousands of years, not hundreds of years. This is something the rishis did thousands of years ago. How did they do it? They did not even have telescopes. They had a system of knowing. Now, have you heard of the term hologram or a holograph? A part of something which contains the whole in it. That's a hologram. A part of something which has all the information about the whole, which in a way encapsulates the whole. That is a hologram. Am I wrong? Somebody can do a online search or check if this definition is more or less correct.
In short, can I say that the seed?
Okay, very good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good point. Seed.
As-
What is a
the
seed?
Seed has the entire tree in it.
The seed has an entire tree in it. Just like your genes have complete information about maybe thousands of your generations.
Yep.
So it's we are also part of the universe. And when just as a seed is able to access and express that which is in it, and so it becomes a tree. Similarly, the rishis of yore were able to access and express their knowledge through the Vijnanamay Kosh. How does a seed know that it needs to grow into a how does a mango seed know it has to grow into a mango tree, not a jamun tree?
Yeah.
Or how does a lemon seed know that it needs to grow into a lemon plant or tree and not a orange plant? See, that the thing is there. It's there. That so we have that ability to access knowing. Now there are great musicians, there are great scientists who have spoken about how in reverie or in meditation they would access their music and some great music or scientific breakthroughs or insights which helped them in their work, or breakthroughs that brought clarity, and so they did something. So as your systems become more and more able to access the Vijnanamay Kosh, you are now in a state where you are open to insights. You automatically begin to know certain things. Who wrote the first book? Whatever the book was about. There is so much information that's been shared, written, passed on. But there was somebody who experienced something for the first time. There was someone who knew something for the first time, then he wrote it, and then maybe he was found to be true or not true or whatever. But he did express it based on his own understanding, seeing, etc. So this knowing, this ability to access knowledge, deeper knowledge, comes when the Vijnanamay Kosh becomes active. How do you activate the Vijnanamay Kosh? The Vijnanamay Kosh becomes active when the Manomay Kosh becomes quiet. Just as on your computer or on your phone, as long as the viruses are active, the real programs that you may wish to run may not run so well. Our mind most of the time is like a virus. It is reacting, responding to certain things planted in us. We have opinions about so many things. All game of the mind, and our mind is usually our greatest enemy. It can be our greatest friend. It's a powerful thing. but usually it becomes our greatest enemy because of the drama that it is. What does the mind do? थोड़ा सा कहीं से आवाज आएगा, immediately your attention will go there, right? Suddenly something happens somewhere, your mind will go there. You are involved in something deep, some study of your own, something that is of deep interest to you, your hobby, but your phone rings, immediately your mind will go to your phone. So the mind keeps pulling you away, and the mind is responding because your senses are outwardly focused. Senses are outwardly focused, so the mind's attention goes outward. Now look at this word attention. I'm sorry, I've digressed a little. I'm so sorry, but I think it'll help you get an overview of whatever we're doing. Attention is more. How much money do you have? 1 crore, 2 crores, 10 crores, whatever. Whatever money you have, believe me, your attention has greater value than that money. You may have 10 crores, you may, or let's say 100 crores, or whatever amount, 50 lakhs or whatever. This money comes, goes, etc. But the amount of attention that you have is very limited. Look at the way we use the word attention. We say pay attention. When do we pay attention? We want something
When
useful back. Aditi, sorry, I interrupted you.
no, that was precisely what I was saying.
Okay.
When we are going to get something out of it. Yeah.
Yes, then we pay attention. But if we're paying attention to useless things, then we are losing something more valuable than money. Yet the mind makes us do that. Therefore, the mind becomes a problem. Instead, if your mind becomes so much under your control that you are able to direct it as and when needed to whatever you want, it becomes like a laser, very powerful and a big friend to you. So therefore, this is the drama that goes on. Now, if you need to move across or move through the barrier of the mind and the body, your pranamaya kosh is the vehicle. I'm sorry, I digress because I wanted you to understand the concept or the value of your pranamaya kosh a little more. So when you clear, clean, activate your pranamaya kosh, you can quickly jump away, leave the bondage of your manomaya kosh and the annamaya kosh. What does your annamaya kosh want to do? Your annamaya kosh wants sensations. Food, taste, it loves good food. It loves good touch. So therefore, our interest in sex, for example, we want that because of the pleasantness that comes. And sometimes it just holds us. It doesn't let us move out. But when you're working with your pranamaya kosh, how do you work with your pranamaya kosh? As you become more and more focused on your breath, your mind moves into the present moment. Your mind has power over you as long as it is in the past or the future. That is what the mind does. It will run into the past or the future. But if your attention is on the breath, you become in the present. You come to the present largely because the breath happens in the present moment. And by doing this, you can quickly take away these two sheets, the Annamaya Kosh and the Manomaya Kosh, jump into your Vijnanamaya Kosh. You jump into your Vijnanamaya Kosh, now suddenly a whole new vista of insights, clarity reaches you. It touches you. It kind of funnels itself into you. Clarity aa jati hai. You start seeing things deeper. So sorry. This is a long but a useful, hopefully, understanding of the systems that we are working with. As you do your belly breathing, you slowly create conditions to move away from your manomaya kosh. Slowly. Because a lot of your emotions are connected with your belly. Lot of your, whenever there is stress, tension, anger, you will find it's immediately your belly will tighten. Your hand doesn't tighten, your hand doesn't stiffen up, right? Have you noticed? You're angry, it's not as if your hands will stiffen up. Usually, maybe sometimes it can happen. Usually it's your belly that stiffens up, it tightens. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
है ना? So slowly you have to give up this connection and you have to take charge of your mental or your mind or your manomaya kosh, your emotions and the drama of the mind. So start by releasing your belly button. Allow this to expand like a window, open a little more, a little more. Do it every day. You will be, again, this came to me as an insight. Suddenly, I was driving one day, I was going for my walk, and then I was doing my breath work and my chanting, etc. And then suddenly it was as if Hanumanji is saying, relax your belly a little more. Relax your belly a little more. Ever since that day, I started paying a little more attention to my belly button and that area, allowing it to relax a little more. And I found that there are deeper and deeper and deeper. So, whatever you have done so far in 2 days, if you continue doing this, you will find there are deeper and still deeper and yet deeper levels of relaxation that you will achieve simply by allowing this little expansion in the belly button area. When you do this, your energy system, the channels through which your energy moves. Now remember, observe how your breath is coming in. For 2 minutes, if you like, close your eyes and try to follow the path of your breath. Both as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Aditi ji, try to keep your head straight. And there's a little, like your neck is bending downwards. Try to keep it straight. If anyone can tell me, what have you observed? The path of your breath?
I feel it is very hollow within, like an empty space.
Okay. But can you mentally picture the path that your breath is taking based on what you are observing, how your breath is moving? Anyone?
The path we can make out because when we inhale, we feel coolness in our
Okay.
nostrils and throat, and yeah, deep
Okay.
also.
So show me
When
the path.
we
Show me the path that you feel.
here, then it comes like this.
Okay.
Then it, yeah, bronchitis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the same time, our diaphragm also goes up and down while we
Okay.
inhale and exhale. Yeah, and the
Okay.
stomach and the belly moves up down.
Okay.
So that track. While it's coming out, we feel the warmth. When it is going in,
You
we
feel a
feel the
little cool.
coolness.
Okay. Arunaji, you were saying something?
Same like this.
Okay.
From nostrils it comes under. and diaphragms in lungs, and when we exhale, diaphragm and from nostrils, and
Okay.
whenever air passes, air comes in, it is cool air, and when
Okay.
I exhale, so warm air.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Anyone else?
I maybe logically I know that that is not what is happening, and perhaps that
Okay.
is not what I should feel. But when I breathe in, I feel till the tips of my finger, till the tips of
Okay.
my toes, that
Okay.
something is coming in, and when I breathe out, if I'm focused, then it says that it's going out now. And that was what I said, that I know that
Okay.
that's not what's
No, no, no,
happening.
no, no,
Then
no, no,
that's the feeling
no,
in
no,
any
no.
case.
Don't assume that, Aditi ji.
Okay.
Please remember one thing. Trust your own experience more than what anybody else says. If your experience is saying something to you, please trust your experience. So don't feel as if just because books have said something or expressed something, that is the end of it. No. Remember, science is always evolving. The word is evolving. It's not as if whatever science has said today stops here. It changes. It's constantly changing. Whatever science believes to be 100% true at this moment may change a lot in the next 20, 30, 50, 100 years. So it's not as if science is God. They have their bases and they're right in many ways, but it's still a work in progress. There are things that they are discovering, understanding, and so on and so forth. So do not let science dictate to you what is your own understanding or experience. Trust yourself more than any science. If it is your experience, it is your experience.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharmila ji, no path, nothing can the path of your breath.
Sir, I told you, like, I feel it is hollow completely within, and my breath going all over my body.
Okay. So see, again, similar to yours, Aditi ji. She is talking about the breath going all over the body. You are saying it's going to the tips of your fingers and so on. So in some ways it's similar. It doesn't matter what science says. Okay, no problem. Now think of your, at least now, based whatever on your experience, maybe there will be some changes vis-a-vis what you have said and what I am going to say. Think of your breath as a test tube with branches that go out in different directions, maybe, but basically like a channel that comes. So I feel that my breath comes here, it goes in, seems to move upwards and then down, down, down all the way towards the Mooladhara. From the Mooladhara, there is a channel that turns back up the spine, which is the Sushumna. So if you look at it, if you, for example, if you look at a leaf, if you take a leaf, a big leaf, you will see along the center there is a main, like a main channel. There are many branches coming out of them, but there is a main channel that runs down towards the end, right? From the top of the leaf down towards the end. There's a channel that runs down. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I feel in our body also there is like a channel that moves down towards the Mooladhara. And then of course there are branches from that going. That's another matter. And then this channel at the Mooladhara. Do you know where the Mooladhara is? Mooladhara is at the point where the legs fork, where the legs separate into two. So at the base, right at the base. In the case of men, it is between the anal opening and the genitals. In the case of women, it's in the vaginal wall just at the back. So that is the area. If you Do you know a thing called Kegel exercises? Kegels. Anyone?
No.
No, sir.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, you can do your research later. But that is the point, which is the Mooladhara. At the Mooladhara, your uh, system turns, and there is a channel that goes up along the spine, which is your Sushumna. Have you heard of the Sushumna, Nadi?
Yes. Heard about it.
Heard about it? Okay. Now I've already taken longer than I should have, but anyway, let's lie down again on the back. Allow that belly breathing to happen. We won't take very long, but I think in 5 minutes, I want to at least start the process so that you can do it for the next 24 hours because today is already day 2. So I want to get this going. I'm sorry, Vasant, just 5 more minutes.
It's okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, please lie down on your back again. Allow belly breathing to happen. Allow that little opening at the belly button, the expansion. Allow the little expansion at the belly button, and then let the breath go as deep as it wants to go. And out. Let that continue 1 or 2 rounds. And then you bring your attention to the end of the spine. There is a spot or there is a bone called the tailbone. The tailbone is like a reverse comma. It kind of points inwards. Oh, why reverse? Like a comma. Points a little inwards. Bring your attention to the end of the tailbone. Doesn't matter about anything else, how you breathe, etc. Doesn't matter, just leave that aside for the moment. Bring your attention to the end of the tailbone and pull your in breath from the tailbone up the spine. Your belly remains relaxed in that belly breathing mode. But now your in breath begins at the tailbone, as if you are pulling your breath from the tailbone up the spine. Gently, no need for any pressure. Gently up the spine. Pull your breath up the spine. Mithilesh, don't worry about the breath in terms of you have to breathe in from the nose, etc. Let it all be in the side. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Pull your breath from the tailbone up the spine. And when you are able to do it, give me a thumbs up or tell me it's happening so I know that it's happening. Okay, that's a thumbs up from Aditi ji. Very good. Okay, from Aruna ji. Excellent. Is that a thumbs up, Sharmila ji?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Very good. So three of you are beginning to feel that you can sense the breath, in breath moving up the spine. That is your in breath. Allow your out breath also to follow the same channel up the spine. It doesn't matter where it is originating, where it is beginning, but for the moment, we are only following this much from the tailbone up the spine. Vasanti ji, I don't know whether you gave a thumbs up because your camera couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So all four of you have got this. You've been able to feel your in breath move up the spine. Now for the next 24 hours, allow the belly breathing to happen and allow this pulling of breath up the spine. This is the Hanuman master breath. The more you are able to do this Hanuman master breath, fall into a rhythm. Let it become like a constant process. It won't harm you. Let your belly breathing continue. And on the foundation breath of the belly breathing, let your Hanuman master breath start as you continue to pull your breath up the spine. Now, please sit up and allow this to continue to happen. The pull of the breath up the spine. वाह अच्छे से हो रहा है बसंती जी.
Yeah.
Very good. Aditi ji, happening well?
Yeah, I just have a question.
Hmm.
I had gone for an MRI yesterday, and it was a very long MRI. It took exactly 65 minutes.
Hmm.
And it was painful because there were things on my head, and then the head was getting pressed, and I was, I mean, I did disturb them I did call them and ask them when it was going to get over.
Hmm.
Then they said, well, in another 10 minutes, and I knew that is what experts will always tell you, another 10 minutes. That meant many more minutes.
Hmm.
But what happened to me was that I was like, okay, fine, I have approximately half an hour more to go by my count, by my understanding, because I could not have checked the time. And I said, let's deal with it. Let's deal with the half an hour. And then this kind of breathing was actually something that started happening. I mean, I said, let me just breathe and then deal with it, because besides breathing, I did not have anything else that I could have, I had any grip on, or I had anything to hold as support. And then now that you were describing it, now that you were instructing what to do, that was what was happening.
Okay.
I just don't want to
So,
think that I was doing something
I love
ridiculous,
this.
but then it helped me hold the half an hour for sure.
Excellent. This is called the Hanuman master breath. And you are already connected with Hanumanji. This is what happened to me automatically when I had that fibromyalgia experience. Very painful situation. And I think I mentioned it yesterday in the video as well. So
Yes.
this is what happened. Automatically, I did that breath. And then as I realized how powerful this breath was, and I found that it was able to actually melt the pain away, then I started exploring it, understanding it, experiencing it, and so on, until it became clear that this is what it was capable of doing. So Hanumanji has already taken you on board based on whatever you did yesterday during the MRI, because you said you did this is what happened to you. So
Yeah.
wonderful. It is going to happen with greater ease for you. Now there is a logical understanding for you to use this. I think it's a very clear to you. This is a very clear sign. This Hanumanji is telling you take on this breath now, and it is going to cause miracles in your system. You will observe. I think this is the indication I get, based on whatever I've known of you and whatever you've done. Right. Aruna ji, Sharmila ji, it happened well. Pulling your breath up the
Yeah.
spine.
Yeah. It's
Allow
happening.
this to happen comfortably, no stress, no pressure, no tension. As often as possible, let this movement happen. Tomorrow, we will dive a little deeper and I will explain how you must go about it. For now, continue using this until our next session tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow's session, give me a little time. I may be a little late because I have a session from 5 to 6. In case I'm late, I'll try not to be, but in case I'm late, please give me a little allowance so that I don't rush my earlier session, right? And in any case, we have we can always go a little further than 6 if necessary, but uh, that's for tomorrow only. Other days, I don't think it'll be a problem. Any
Okay.
questions? Anything else for today?
No.
Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.
Thank you.
We should do a couple of homes, but we'll do them tomorrow. आज बहुत समय लग गया.
Yeah. Okay.
नमस्ते.